mow the lawns, sweep the streets and clean the bathrooms of their living quarters. In Saul-Orlin, in the state of Thuringia, 70 adult asylum seekers are now required to work up to 4 hours a day. It is the first district in Germany to introduce obligatory labour requirements, paying just 80 cents an hour. Asylum seekers cannot refuse this community service, even for those who are looking for a real job, like Osama and Mohammed.
For me, it's not good.
It's not good. I want to work, to have a real full-time job. That would be nice.
It's better than sleeping all day, but you know here in Germany the minimum wage is 13 euros an hour. We do this for 80 cents.
And here is 80.
Migrants risk losing 180 euros of their monthly social benefits of 460 euros if they refuse the work. And the allowances are now issued on payment cards or apps that can only be spent locally.
The card does not work everywhere. I often want to buy a coffee or some clothes in a neighboring town, and the payment doesn't go through.
Cash withdrawals are impossible with the card, and bank transfers within Germany and internationally are blocked. Advocates of the scheme argue that migrants often send the financial aid they receive from the state back home. Conservative politicians in Thuringia hope the measures will make Germany less attractive to migrants.
Frankly, we've reached a breaking point with the number of refugees. As council leader, it's also my role to show local people that it's not only the far right that can come up with solutions, and the democratic parties can also tackle this under existing laws.
The new system should be imposed across Germany by the end of the year. But regions facing big swings to the far-right AfD party in the September local elections have been the first to implement it. A few hundred kilometres away, in Brandenburg region, the election campaign is already in full swing.
It's amazing to see what financial aid these migrants get, while pensions remain stagnant.
Every Wednesday at the Golsen market, local councillor Hans-Christoph Berndt meets his constituents, handing out unlimited sausages and cold drinks. Here, the far-right AfD party candidate is in his element, because immigration is the #1 concern.
Why does migration bother me? Because there are so many profiteers in our region.
What's changed in recent years is that there are simply too many migrants. They have a completely different culture than we do.
Hans-Christoph Berndt questions the entire migration policy pursued by successive governments over the past decade. He thinks the new restrictions on asylum seekers don't go far enough. Never mind the war in Syria or the Taliban in Afghanistan, he thinks migrants should be sent home.
Syria and Afghanistan are not countries in crisis, particularly not Afghanistan. The same applies to Turkey, where large numbers of asylum seekers come from. Send them home. That's what we're campaigning for.
It is a viewpoint that is becoming increasingly normalised. Responding to the growing influence of the extreme right, some Conservative politicians want to limit asylum applications to 60,000 per year until 2030. For groups that work for the integration of migrants, it is a worrying trend. On the ground, their concern is palpable.
This anti-migrant atmosphere is scary. We feel it on the street, we see it on campaign posters.
Many people who arrive are asking us if the far right is already in power and if they should be worried.
The regional head for integration in Thuringia says the hardening of refugee policies above all reflects a shift of the political debate towards the extreme right.
We're dealing with politicians who are giving in to a certain group of people to show they're firm, and that by setting up this credit card system, they're depriving migrants of cash, which is a good thing, so money stays local. But these measures are populist, playing politics at the expense of migrants.
Germany remains the main destination for asylum seekers in Europe, with more than 300,000 arrivals last year. Berlin is now studying the possibility of processing these applications outside of EU borders.